So, what is gonna happen? You know, this has been pretty crazy on what's happening right now. So, in case you didn't know, the United States and Iran are having a pretty big fight, which could take a toll on Iran in the World Cup. I don't think the World Cup is going to get canceled. Like that, we already know that. FIFA has officially announced 100 days left to go. I think everything should be fine then. So, I still have some spray in here. So the question is, what's going to happen? So there are some possible outcomes that could happen. One of them being, so I have the draw here. Basically, Iran is placed in Group G, so I don't think, it's really possible for them to play at all. Because the United States is probably going to get knocked down to round 16, and Iran, who knows how far they're going to go. If they were to stay in the World Cup. So obviously, we all know the news of what's happening right now. What is next for Iran? That's what we could do. Once again, the World Cup is not gonna get canceled. That, I'm making that clear. FIFA is still trying to make the World Cup happen, even though all this political drama is happening. So now that we know that the World Cup is probably gonna stay open, what is gonna happen with Iran? Exactly. Like, are they gonna withdraw or something? So my most reasonable prediction is that maybe they'll try and make it work, but of course Iran, they don't really want to go to America. Maybe if they can play their games not in America, maybe that will work. That'd be great, honestly. Bracket challenge. Do I have to sign in? Sign in. But that's not the whole thing with this stream. I am basically here to talk about what is going to happen with Iran. Hello. So obviously they could just withdraw from the tournament. Here, take a look at this. So right now I'm just looking at the, yeah, hi. I am 100% sure Suriname will qualify. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, and here's the countdown. We have 96 days until the World Cup. We are 96 days away. But why am I so interested in that? I'm trying to focus on what could happen here. So obviously Iran made it through pretty early. Made it before Israel bombed and before the United States bombed. So obviously it's going to be a matter of time. This page isn't responding. Wait. Yeah, hello. It's going to be a matter of time. Why don't we take a look at the standings? So, a possible candidate for if this could happen, one of the possible candidates is the UAE and Iraq. However, Iraq wouldn't really make sense, though, because they are in the Intercontinental Playoffs. Is this the right page? Yep. They are in the Intercontinental Playoffs here. They're actually the second highest rated nation right outside the Congo DR. But obviously, it just doesn't make sense for Iraq to immediately make it. So my predictions are, if Iran were to withdraw from the tournament, oh my gosh, please load. I think they're gonna be replaced with the UAE. Hello, y'all. I'm just talking about. Just wait. My internet is so bad. But my most reasonable explanation, I think the UAE, it's gonna be the UAE. If Iran were to withdraw, the UAE is probably gonna be the ones who make it through. Because they're the second best, since they are the second best non-qualified team, and the best that isn't in the Intercontinental Playoffs or, yeah. So, my reasonable explanation is that is what's going to happen. Hello, thank y'all for coming in. I'm just right now talking about what could happen. This is probably going to be a short live stream because I'm just confused on what could happen. But Iran could definitely withdraw. The possibilities are pretty high because they do have to play some matches in the United States. I think. Matches. Cup 2026. Match schedule. Yes, they do have Iran. If Iran were to make it to the World Cup, which they already have, they are going to have to play in the United States. So that's going to be a problem. They have to play all their matches, I think, in America. Yeah. So that's going to be rough. We're going to have to... It's either they're going to have to switch up the schedule a little bit, or Iran withdraws entirely. Because... And also, for the next tournament, the United States is probably not going to participate in World Cup 2030. They're probably going to have to deal with the suspension. As well as Israel as well, because they also were involved. Plus they started the whole drama, so they're gonna they also might get a suspension. The United States might try and make things right. I'm not sure. It's hopefully after Trump leaves, then the United States can make a comeback here. But yeah. Sorry, the Sprite just tastes so good. But I also plan to stream tonight. There's the, what was it? Wisconsin basketball is playing today against Purdue, so I might stream that. I'm, of course, not going to show you any game coverage because I don't want to get a copyright claim against me, so I'm just gonna, I'm gonna do what Tom Grossi does, pretty much. Just tell you the, plays every so often, tell you what's going on. That's how I'm gonna do it. But overall, in the end, for this, whole question that I have, the possibilities of Iran withdrawing is pretty high, because they do play all their matches in the United States, so that is a problem, and the next problem, they might just not want to play. So, and then also we also figured out what teams could join. Iraq does not make sense for me. They're already in the intercontinental playoffs. How is that going to work out? And then, of course, so my option is Iran. So my possible outcome is Iran is probably going to withdraw, and then the UAE makes it through. So that's pretty much how I think this whole situation is going to work out. But overall, that's what's going on. Anyway, I'll see you later today.